Well, who here is a feminist going around the table? Feminist?
I would consider myself a feminist by definition of like feminism is a movement to end sexism and gender equality.
Sure. Okay. What about you? Feminist?
No.
Just say yes or no because audio.
No.
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 Okay. What do men have any rights in this country that women don't? Yeah. As the two feminists will have to answer this one.
Rights that women don't.
Well, so your position, feminism's about equality.
Yeah.
Well, what is the lacking of equality as it relates to rights? I mean, there's different forms of equality, but is it your position?
Well,
Do
like
women
you
not
said,
have equal rights? Let's start there.
I don't believe so. No.
Wait,
Not fully.
You don't? So women don't have equal rights.
No.
Okay. What do you think? Do women not have equal rights?
I think in the U.S., like by law, yeah, we have equal rights, but it's like for example, we can all have like equal rights in terms of race, but racism can still exist, and like so, I feel like sexism can also exist.
Sure. Yeah.
Even though there are equal rights.
Yeah, definitely. There's absolutely sexism. Men can be sexist towards women. Women can be, well, I don't know if you guys think women can be sexist towards men, but you seem to think, though, that in what is a right in the U.S. that, because you in the questionnaire, women do not have equal rights.
Reproductive rights.
I'll engage there, but is there anything else? Any other rights?
That's the one off the top of my head, but
Yeah, but is there, even if you can't think of it, is there any other right?
Oh, I'm 100% sure. Yeah, I just have to
Okay.
think more on it before I give you a full response. You know, this is what I'm prepared to.
Well, just give me one. I don't need a laundry list. Give me one
Okay.
other thing besides
Well,
reproductive
again,
rights.
equal pay.
Well, by
I guess that's
law,
not like a right,
hold
but
on. But women have the right to work. Under law, women have to be paid the same as men. Mm-hmm. What is the right that is being infringed upon?
okay, I guess that was but it's an unfair thing. That's not right. Yeah, you're right.
Well, my position, we already engaged on
correct.
wage gap.
Yeah,
Wage gap doesn't exist, but it wouldn't be evidence of an inequality of rights.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was my bad.
Okay. One, besides reproduction, one other way women don't have equal rights.
Fertility. I guess that's the same shit. But reproductivity, and I want to say still to this day, it's harder for women to get medical care.
That's not true.
Generally.
No, it's not.
Without
How so? Demonstrate it.
women are taken a lot less seriously in medicine and stuff, and going
That's
to
not
the,
true.
All right, tell me how.
I work in the medical field. There are plenty of women that have high-paying positions, are super smart doctors.
I think she's talking about when a
Getting
woman,
care,
when a
receiving
woman goes
care.
to a doctor,
Receiving care.
the doctor is going to take her complaints less seriously.
Yes,
Are you going off of a personal experience? If so, can you give an example? Because
Yeah,
I
how would you
can give
demonstrate?
multiple
How would you
personal
demonstrate that if it was a
experiences,
man?
and from
Yeah.
what I've heard and seen with other women, they
Isn't
haven't
it the
been.
case that women actually get more health care?
Yes,
Women are
they do.
more likely
Yeah.
to go to the doctor.
Yes, they do.
They're more likely, there perhaps is a debate over the quality of the care as compared to men. But isn't it at least true that women are more likely to go to the doctor?
Yes.
I mean,
Well, statistically speaking, yes.
Could it actually be the case that because women are more likely to go to the doctor, when men finally do choose to go to the doctor, it actually is the case, could be the case, that men actually present with more clear-cut symptoms of holy shit, I've got a bullet wound. Whereas maybe when women go to the doctor, and look, so I don't dispute that maybe a doctor thinks the woman's malingering or, he's not taking it as seriously. Maybe
I do
that
have an
happens.
example.
Maybe that happens. But the fact that I think it's actually, the argument could be made, women get better health care than men because men don't fucking go to the doctor.
I disagree.
What's your experience?
My lymph node was hardened and swollen for 3 years, and I've been getting a lot of symptoms, and I didn't get the proper care I needed for 3 years of it escalating.
Doctor, you know, this idea that...
With, like, proof and, like...
But hold on.
Don't you think that could happen to a guy, too?
One thing, though. How would you demonstrate that if it was a man in your position that he would, like, the doctor would be like, you know what, we have to solve this?
It took me multiple doctors.
Yeah, but how is it a comparison between men and women?
It's less common for men to not be taken...
I mean, you're just pulling this completely out of your ass, but
you're going off of a bad experience that maybe you have encountered, but I don't think that justifies the care for men versus women.
Two things here. That has nothing to do with rights. Women have access to health care, so it could be the case. Maybe there's like rampant sexism in the healthcare industry, which I think it's a bit dubious because typically on intake you have a female nurse, and so unless you're prepared to say that like these female nurses are sexist towards women.
I've had terrible experiences.
Are you at an urgent care? I'm assuming you don't have health insurance. I hope that's not offensive. But
No, I do.
You do? Okay. So were you? No. Okay. Not everyone does. A lot of jobs don't provide
I have really good health insurance.
But what does this have to do with rights, really quick? And then, like, women can't get certain surgeries. Women can't get certain drugs. Like
some women, like. Some surgeries you can't get without a doctor's input, like tubal ligation.
But that's a part of a protocol.
That's men or women.
Yeah.
Totally fake news. I think you're going to say, well, getting your tubes tied is, it's harder for a woman to get her tubes tied versus a vasectomy. This, of course, ignores the fact that for that kind of much more invasive medical surgery procedure.
Like if you have an ectopic pregnancy where
an ectopic pregnancy is always taken very seriously. It's a medical,
but there have been so many cases where doctors are scared they will lose their jobs for giving a medical abortion.
For an ectopic pregnancy will take somebody's
look it up
life.
Yes,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Where pregnancy, which is why I'm like so educated on this, and that's why I believe.
So where are your statistics coming from that's not taken seriously?
I've seen cases online where it's like doctors
but you could look up anything, and there's always cases.
So they're more scared to give prescribe people drug like opiates.
They're scared
because they get a bigger repercussion from prescribing pain medication than the fact that an ectopic pregnancy is a medical procedure that they have to go through,
and they could lose their
They cannot
jobs.
tell you no. That is against the Hippocratic Oath.
But what does
But in certain like red states, women have been like put in extreme danger because doctors will wait until it's too late to give the procedure or abortion that they need medically because they're scared to lose their job.
Those are states where it's illegal, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Well, hold on. First off,
there is no state that is essentially illegal.
So the standard of care is going to be observed by doctors and healthcare professionals, regardless of the gender of their patient.
Yes.
Also, this idea that women are receiving like worse care, or oh shit, I had something good on that, but it just slipped my mind. I mean, I don't know how that really relates to rights.
How?
How does it? How would that relate to like a right?
That's like basically your rights to medical care.
Women do have a right to medical care.
But doctors have been too scared.
So are you saying that when we both go to the same doctor, when I go in there, the doctor dabs me up. He's like, yo, what's up, Brian? You know what? You get 50% off your treatment. And hold on, let's do these blood tests and let's do this. Let's do this. You step in, you walk into the doctor's office. He slaps you across the face. He's like, bitch.
Mm-hmm. No.
You're a fucking
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying women have
What's
died
happening?
because of lack of care and lack of.
But I think
So
what
have
you're
men.
saying is not based off of being a man or a woman. You're just going off of your own personal experiences and then saying, men have better health care, because nothing you've said has actually given proof that men actually
don't have ectopic pregnancies.
So then you can't compare the two.
You can't compare it.
Also, one quick thing here. Also, the medical field is not like, I don't know what the right term. It's not like a silver bullet. Is that the right term? Like, you could go to the doctor and you could present with, like, you said you had something going on with your. I've gone to the doctor, and sometimes you do realize there are problems that you can be having.
Yeah.
There's not a solution to your problem.
Yeah.
So
I
women
agree.
can go to the doctor and say, I have like chronic pain issues. Mm-hmm. As I have chronic pain issues, I don't know if you know, like I ice my back. I have a back injury, neck injury. I have severe chronic pain issues. Been dealing with it for 10 years. Mm-hmm. The medical institution does not have a good solution for chronic pain sufferers. So when women go to the doctor,
I agree.
but when women go to the doctor and they're like, well, I have this pain issue, but it's not being resolved. The healthcare industry, sometimes it's just like, there's not a fix. There's not a drug. There's not a thing. Look, there's pain management stuff that they can do, but it's not, the medical field is not like some silver bullet that will fix all, cure all. Sometimes there's things that the doctors are going to be like,
okay, but
you're just going to have to deal with this. It's just, that's your life
because
now.
Abortion
But
is
I don't say when I go to the doctor.
In some states,
but
women
hold on, we'll
aren't
talk
getting
about abortion in a
life-saving
sec.
care.
But your claim is that you went to the doctor and they didn't have a solution to your. Sometimes there's not a solution.
Well, I got the solution in 3 years, but just
Okay.
saying.
Well,
it's
cool.
like
I've been dealing with the healthcare industry for 10 years. There's not a solution, really.
Women just don't get taken as seriously in the medical.
That is not true.
system.
I
That's
work in the medical
ridiculous,
field.
but
I've been
okay.
in the medical field for over 10 years. There are more women that come to the doctor. I have more women patients that come to my doctor than I do men. Mm-hmm. That is not true.
I mean, statistically, men don't go to the doctor as often.
They don't, because they're afraid that when they go to the doctor, they're going to get told, "Oh, you have cancer," and usually that doesn't happen. But it's not a rights thing. Like that has
it is
going to the doctor has nothing to do with rights.
Because abortion is illegal.
Men
Women are
can't
being
get an
denied
abortion.
live in the state
life-saving
of
care.
California. The state of California has legal
So that's
abortion.
women's rights, right?
Wait,
We don't get access to life-saving
on.
care in red states because abortion
that's
is
not-
illegal.
Wait, abortion is
No,
not
it's
life-saving
not.
care. What?
Yeah, and
If you have an ectopic
Okay,
pregnancy,
question
it's
for you.
literally called a medical abortion.
And I'm pretty sure, even in like red states or whatever, life of
They
the
allow
mother,
it.
it's
Yeah,
allowed.
it's
It's allowed.
allowed.
So, but hold on. Are you saying, is it your position that if we were to grant that abortion would be justified in the case of ectopic pregnancy, that you would be against like the 99% of abortions, which are just for like oopsie? Like, are you fine banning those?
What do you mean?
Well, okay. So you realize when it comes to abortion, the majority of abortions are not for incest. They're not for life of the mother. They're not for SA.
Yeah.
they're for a form of birth control.
It's just, oopsie, let some
So
dude at
make
the club
birth
come
control
inside
more
me.
accessible and tubal
Birth
ligation
control
more
is free.
accessible.
It's
It's not free.
Yes, it is.
Abortion
If you don't have
It
health
is
insurance, it's not.
1,000% free.
At Planned Parenthood, it's around $1,500 to $300.
No, it's
if
not.
You
You
don't.
can literally get it for free.
You can get it
It's
for free.
Have
But
health
wait, hold on,
insurance.
really quick though. The overlying thing here is, if we're talking about equal rights, so I kind of fail to see how it relates to equal rights, because while you might say it's like a woman's advocacy thing, men don't have any reproductive rights. So
What do you
what's
mean?
well, when we're talking about equal rights, equal to who? Equal to men. So the comparison you have to make is, well, hold on. You would agree that men can't, under law, force women to get abortions, right?
Men can't force women to get abortions.
Men can't force women to. You agree, right?
By law?
Yeah, technically it's possible the guy could be a fucking abuser, fucking drag her ass to an abortion clinic, and like
which would even work because they can't even come in the room.
Yeah, it's like if you want to take that
legally,
angle,
no one
by
can
law, no.
Like
I asked by law.
Okay,
that's all.
right.
Yes or no?
That's
so no.
I said that. Okay.
Not by law.
Can a man in a state where women can get abortions, can he force the woman to keep the child?
Can he force the woman to keep the child?
Yeah, so in California, let's say I knock up my girlfriend, and she wants to get an abortion, can I force her to not get the abortion?
In California, no.
Yeah, in fact, probably in no state really. Men don't have a say. So this has anything to do with equal rights, because the only way you could have equal rights would be men would have to have some reproductive say, and they don't.
Men definitely have.
No, we don't have a say. There's no legal say. When we're talking about rights, we're talking about legal rights.
In reds, yeah. So in states where abortion is illegal,
what states is abortion illegal?
Texas, Idaho, I believe.
Okay, that's fine. Those states, whatever. We'll grant that there's states women can't get abortions. Men in those states, they can't force a woman to get an abortion. They can't force a woman to keep the child. So what does that have to do with equal rights? How about this? It would.
I made the point.
No, this would be unequal. In a red state, if a man could tell his woman, you have to get an abortion, you go get an abortion, and he could force her to do it, and she couldn't choose to get an abortion, like on her own. The man had to give her permission. That would be unequal rights.
With tubal ligation, if you have a partner.
You're all over the place. Hello?
That's an example in reproductive rights. That's
Can a man force a woman to get tubal ligation?
No, but they can be the reason she isn't allowed to.
That's false.
That's not true.
It's not.
It's not true.
That's false.
It's not
Doctors
true.
will refuse tubal ligation to some women because of.
So here's what I think is true. I think when a young woman wants to be sterilized, some doctors are hesitant to do the procedure, and perhaps, I don't think a lot of I don't know the details. Maybe some women here on the medical field, I think a lot of doctors who would otherwise give a woman sterilization procedures, they might be hesitant to sterilize like an 18-year-old woman.